I do many types of batteries, and this one I just did for a customer. He has a Philco 1938 vintage farm set. They were made just before the 1.5 volt tubes became common. It actually used 2 volt tubes. These were the batteries that you needed in order to get one going. On the left here is a 2 volt, what's called an air cell, kind of like a car battery, pumped out 2 volts, and then over here was called the BC pack, and that is between 3 and 9 volts for the C voltage, and 67.5 volts to 135 volts B voltage. Give you an idea how big they are? That's my hand. You can guess from there how big they are. Here's the BC pack on the outside. I have to admit, when I first measured one of these things out, based it on the measurements in the Philco catalog, and I looked at this and said, my God, this thing is enormous. You can see here there is a 7-pin connector with all the voltages listed. And then back here is the access door. And I'll remove the cradle out of the cover here in just a second to let you see. Here's the cradle. It's just a box, a lot of empty space, but it has 2 banks for voltages. This is the C bank. 6 D cells are installed here. Each one of them is tapped at the proper voltages. And then up here is the B bank. 15 9-volt batteries tapped at the proper points. It's listed on each one of these, and also gives a listing of where they go here on the socket. But something I wouldn't recommend sticking your tongue on, to say the least. And then right here, pressing your finger down, this is a little door in case something goes wrong on the inside. You can fix the socket. Now here's the battery that powers the filaments. This is a 1-to-1 replica of an original 1930s Eveready A2300 air cell. Worked just like a car battery, in that in the top section here you filled it up with water, and there were, I can't remember exactly how it worked, but there were a couple of zinc plates and some sort of solution similar to a regular zinc carbon battery, but not quite, and that you just kept this fluid up and this thing would last a year or more. Constant voltage. In fact, you could store this thing for years and not do anything with it, not put any water in it. Would last on shelf life practically forever until you put the water inside of it. And then these are the terminals that you connect to the battery. My replica is made out of masonite, and I was rather surprised. Somebody had an original air cell, looked almost exactly like this. Same kind of construction, same texture, same everything. That's just black spray paint on it. Cut all this out with a jigsaw. Here's the rear label. And back here is what makes it work. There is a 2.5 volt regulator that I got from somebody in Australia, and even with dead D cells, this thing will continually pump out 2 volts. And there's an adjustment screw down here that as soon as you put new batteries in it, put it on load, you can adjust it to 2 volts, and you pretty much set it and forget it.